last, the very last, so richly, brightly, dazzling yellow. Perhaps, if the sun's tears would sing against a white stone, such a yellow is carried lightly way up high. It went away, I'm sure, because it wished to kiss the world goodbye. For 7 weeks I've lived in here, penned up inside this ghetto, but I have found my people here. The dandelions call to me, and the white chestnut candles in the court. Only I never saw another butterfly. That butterfly was the last one. Butterflies don't live in here, in the ghetto.
My father said, who will tell the world what we suffered? Who will remain? Who will tell about the greatest tragedy? And he cried. Who will tell it?
A place to come.
Is because of it.
That she could put a stone in memory of her family because they perished. There is no resting place for them.
Who will tell it?
Hi, I'm Steve Markowitz, Chairman of the Board of the Holocaust Memorial and Tolerance Center at Nassau County. Through the extraordinary work of a group of people, survivors, volunteers, our professional staff, and our board members, for almost 25 years, we've been teaching the history and the lessons of the Holocaust to thousands of young people and adults from all over the New York area. Outside, we have a beautiful formal garden which serves as our Children's Memorial Garden, dedicated to the millions of young people who were murdered during the Holocaust. It also serves as a location for people after they've toured the museum, participated in a class, or heard a lecture, and learned about one of the most horrible periods in human history, a chance for them to kind of sit and contemplate in a very serene environment. We now have a chance to further enhance the garden by taking what was the fountain and converting that into an amphitheater in which we can hold classes, lectures, concerts, and other activities that will allow us to further our mission of teaching the history and the lessons of the Holocaust.
The Children's Memorial Garden was first conceived as a living memorial dedicated to the 1.5 million Jewish children who perished in the Holocaust, and later expanded to honor the memory of all children that died during World War II. Our student programs coordinate the children's learning experience with a visit to the garden, using the garden as an outdoor classroom. Named the Million Pennies Project in 1996, the project was an alliance between the Holocaust Center and schoolchildren of Nassau, Suffolk, Queens, and Brooklyn. By 2001, the schoolchildren had collected close to $25,000 in pennies. These pennies would provide the seed money for the garden.
One of the outstanding features of the garden is what used to be a 35-foot diameter reflecting pool from the original estate 100 years ago. And some of us started talking about creating an amphitheater because it was a natural to work from the basis of the circle. We soon realized that the problem with the amphitheater was the sun, especially in the middle of the day. It was very, very hot, very exposed to the sun, and we needed a canopy of some kind. Stuart Narofsky saw this and saw my tentative plan, and he started thinking, and he's the creative architect that he is, and he came up with a sculptural device.
It seemed funny to me to have this beautiful garden, this beautiful amphitheater, and I'm going to have like a wedding tent covering it seasonally. It seemed inappropriate, I guess, and I just had this idea, why not make it a permanent structure? There's already a beautiful arbor in the garden. Why not design something that would be more appropriate for the garden and give the amphitheater the shade and would not require the maintenance or the, dealing with, taking canvases off, putting canvases on. And then I said, but other things create shadow, not just a covering. Sometimes, people create shadows on the ground. And then I started thinking more symbolically, more depth to it. And then I started thinking about children. Children in the amphitheater. I started thinking about, kind of the iconic symbol of children holding hands in a circle. Well, I had a circle. So I started thinking about, what if I put some children around a circle, and if I made them big enough, they would create shadow over the amphitheater. And that idea is what sort of gelled into large trellis structures that are abstractly in the shape of children holding their hands, encircling the amphitheater, and it'll create shade, but also send a message. I feel as a garden structure it should be wood. I also feel that wood has some meaning in landscape. I think wood has some meaning in history, and it's more of a kind of living material. It'll age, it'll distress. I really wanted it to be something that felt like it was really part of the garden, and in spirit captured what they're trying to do at the center in educating young people, in teaching history, and that's where we're at now. We have these 20-foot trellis structures. The goal now is to refine and hopefully get them built and to see them realized.